kept quotational distance from such blissful innocence. Turns out we need to know one more thing on Earth: politics, because of its capacity when benign to allow all around it to flourish, and its capacity when malign to make all around it wither. This is no abstraction. We see it in North Korea, whose deranged Stalinist politics has created a land of stunning desolation and ugliness, both spiritual and material. We saw it in China's Cultural Revolution, a sustained act of national self-immolation designed to dethrone, debase, and destroy the highest achievements of 5 millennia of Chinese culture. We saw it in Taliban Afghanistan, which just months before 9/11 marched its cadres into the Bamiyan Valley and with tanks, artillery, and dynamite destroyed its magnificent cliff-carved 1,700-year-old Buddhas, lest they, like kite-flying and music and all things lovely, disturb the scorched earth purity of their nihilism. Politics is the moat, the walls beyond which lie the barbarians. Fail to keep them at bay, and everything burns. The entire 20th century, with its mass political enthusiasms, is a lesson in the supreme power of politics to produce ever-expanding circles of ruin. World War I not only killed more people than any previous war, the psychological shock of Europe's senseless, self-inflicted devastation forever changed Western sensibilities, practically overthrowing the classical arts, virtues, and modes of thought. The Russian Revolution and its imitators, Chinese, Cuban, Vietnamese, Cambodian, tried to atomize society so thoroughly, to war against the mediating structures that stand between the individual and the state, that the most basic bonds of family, faith, fellowship, and conscience came to near dissolution. Of course, the greatest demonstration of the finality of politics is the Holocaust, which in less than a decade destroyed a millennium-old civilization, sweeping away not only 6 million souls, but the institutions, the culture, the very tongue of the now vanished world of European Jewry. The only power comparably destructive belongs to God, or nature, or if, like Jefferson, you cannot quite decide, nature's God. Santorini was a thriving island civilization in the Mediterranean until one morning, 3,500 years ago, it simply fell into the sea. An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, the end. And yet even God cannot match the cruelty of his creation. For every Santorini there are 100 massacres of innocents. And that is the work of man, more particularly the work of politics, of groups of men organized to gain and exercise power, which in its day-to-day conduct tends not to be the most elevated of human enterprises. Machiavelli gave it an air of grandeur and glory, but Disraeli's mordant exultation, "I have climbed to the top of the greasy pole," best captured its quotidian essence: grubby, grasping, manipulative, demagogic, cynical. The most considered and balanced statement of politics' place in the hierarchy of human disciplines came naturally from an American. "I must study politics and war," wrote John Adams, "that my sons may have the liberty to study mathematics and philosophy, geography, natural history, and naval architecture, navigation, commerce, and agriculture, in order to give their children a right to study painting, poetry, music, architecture, statuary, tapestry, and porcelain." Adams saw clearly that politics is the indispensable foundation for things elegant and beautiful. First and above all else, you must secure life, liberty, and the right to pursue your own happiness. That's politics done right, hard-earned often by war, and yet the glories yielded by such a successful politics lie outside itself. Its deepest purpose is to create the conditions for the cultivation of the finer things, beginning with philosophy and science and ascending to the ever more delicate and refined arts. Note Adams' double reference to architecture. The second generation must study naval architecture.